So Luma AI just announced the keyframe feature inside of the image to video model, and it works incredibly good. So if you're not familiar with the Luma AI is the most realistic and the best AI video generator that we have access to right now. And I have already covered a detailed video on that one, but now they have came up with a really interesting feature, that is keyframing inside of the image to video tool. So I'm going to show you how you guys can use that tool. But first of all, let's look at some of the example videos. So this is the first example where they used a nebula image as the first frame and the close-up of an eye as a second image. And it created that really good zoom in effect with the close-up of an eye. And it looks really, really good. And this is the second example. And this is the first frame and this is the last frame. And just look at this animation. How she turns from a horn witch into like a evil angel. And just look at that. The mist on the background, the animation, how smooth it is. And this is the third image where they used an image before sunset and after sunset. And then they created a time lapse of a colorful sunset. And in fact, I think this is so real that nobody can tell that this is AI generated, right? And here's the one more example where they used an image of a plain ground and then the same place covered in a snow. And they created a really good hyperlapse from spring to winter, and it looks really good. Now next we have this example of an astronaut. So the first frame was in a water and then the second was in a space, and look at that, how this astronaut turns from a water into space, and it looks really good. Well, it didn't affect the main subject, but how it changed the background from like water to space, that looks really, really good. Now here we have one more interesting example of a time lapse of a Eiffel Tower. So this was the initial frame, last frame, and look at that, how it turns from day to night. Well, we have some issues in this one, how the sky suddenly disappears and people appears on the floors. We have some problems in it, but if somebody who's not into AI cannot really differentiate that this is AI generated. Now here's the last example where this lady suddenly appears from smoke, and it looks really, really smooth. Now let's see how to use this feature. So first of all, head over to the Luma AI website. So this is the URL, lumalabs.ai/dream machine. You will find the link in the description below. So here you can see we have 29 generations left. So in the free plan, you can generate 30 videos for a month. Now to use this feature, you have to click on this image, and now this will ask you for the initial image. So I have created this image inside of the Midjourney, and then you can see we have a new option of the ending frame. So we're going to use the ending frame of this werewolf. So in the prompt section, I'm going to type a man turning into a werewolf and hit generate. Well, it may take some time because of the high traffic, as they have already mentioned on their website that due to the high demand, we are temporarily limiting free tiers to the 5 generations a day. Paid tiers have the priority in queue and no limits daily. So if you don't want to wait for a long time, you can purchase their premium plan. Okay, so here is the output video, and well, I just wanted this man to turn into a werewolf, but it created 2 different scenes, one of a close-up of a man and then a werewolf, but it actually not what I was expecting this AI to do. But still we can achieve the desired results by trying different variations, but right now we are only limited to the 5 generations a day. And I'm using the free plan, so I have to show you some more examples. Now here is a cool trick to play around with your own images. So let's say I'm going to use this image of mine taking a mirror selfie, and I just want to turn myself into a ghost. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead to the Lens Go AI. Well, I have shared this tool a couple of times in my videos, and I don't share this tool because this is a sponsored. They didn't sponsor me for anything. I just shared this tool because this is very useful, and I use this tool a lot in my lot of videos. So we only need its image to image option because it works really, really good. So I'm gonna upload the image of myself, and I want to convert myself into a ghost. So you can use any other thing that you want to apply on your image. So let's say a ghost taking a selfie and hit generate. Okay, so it came up with these 2 images, and if you're not satisfied with the results, you can also try different variations. You can try changing the prompt and recreating your images, right? But I'm happy with this one. So simply download the image, and now again get back to the Luma AI. Now just upload your first image. So this is my original image, and now in the second frame, ending frame, I'm gonna upload this ghost image. And I will copy this official prompt from their official examples, because I think this is the tried and tested prompt and this will work better on our videos. So I just want to make some changes to it, like a figure with the glasses slowly turns into a ghost as camera pans around. So hit generate and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so here is the final video and look at this. It's kind of funny at the same time. Well, there are some issues, some kind of a morphing effect on my face when I came close to the camera. But how this guy appears, this ghost appears, it looks a very smooth transition. And I tried one more example, and this is the another example with the same prompt, with the same settings. And you guys can notice a lot of morphing effect on my face, but the transition looks good. But I think the first example was better than this one. Well, you can also try this thing with the other images, such as this image of a mid-journey. And I tried this one, and look at this video. Not exactly like what I expected, but still it did a really good job. The transition was good. There wasn't any morphing effect. So I think this is a really fun feature to play around with this one, especially with your own images. You can turn yourself into anything. And you guys can also get the idea from the Twitter and the other social media platforms where people are generating some really, really good stuff. So that's it from today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And if you guys did, do give it a thumbs up and see you guys in the next one.